friend. Welcome back to Profit Isn't an Accident. I'm Shannon Howard. I'm the founder of Denali Edge Consulting, where we help contractors and service-based business owners keep more of what they earn, stress less, and build businesses that actually support their families. Today, I want to have a conversation that might make you feel a little uncomfortable. Not because I'm trying to call anyone out, but because I know, because I've been there. And if you're honest, you probably have too. Now, here's the truth. The biggest threat to your business probably isn't your competition. It probably isn't the economy. It probably isn't finding enough customers. The biggest threat to your business might be something that you don't even know you're doing. Today, we're talking about the financial mistakes that you don't even know you're making because you can't fix what you can't see. Most business owners I talk to are busy. They're booked out, they've got a great reputation, they're doing everything right. But when they actually sit down and look at their numbers, something doesn't quite add up. The profit doesn't match the effort, and it's usually not a sales problem. It's a visibility problem. I'm Shannon Howard. I work with HVAC owners, electricians, plumbers, and contractors to uncover hidden profit, fix those leaks, and help you keep more of what you earn. This is Profit Isn't an Accident. So let me ask you something. Have you ever looked back on a decision and thought, what in the world was I thinking? Maybe it wasn't business. Maybe it was buying a vehicle, a house, taking a job, making an investment. And at the time, you thought it was the right decision. Now, looking back, you realize that maybe you didn't have all the information. That's not because you weren't smart. It's because you didn't know what you didn't know. Business works exactly the same way. Now, one of my favorite quotes is, "We don't see the world as it is, we see it as we are." Every business owner has blind spots, including me. And the difference between businesses that stay stuck and businesses that grow isn't that one owner is smarter. It's that one owner is willing to uncover their blind spots. So I tell clients all the time, the goal isn't to prove you're right. The goal is to find out where you're wrong as quickly as possible so we can start eating that elephant one bite at a time, right? Because that's where growth actually lives. So here's something that surprises a lot of people. Years in business don't automatically make somebody profitable. And I've worked with business owners who've been in business for 20, 30, even 40 years. They know their trade inside and out. They can solve problems in minutes that would take someone else hours. They're exceptional at what they do. But then I'll come along and ask a few simple questions like I do, like what's your net profit margin? Which service makes you the most money? Which customer is your most profitable? How much revenue do you need each month just to break even? And many times, they don't even know. Now, before anyone gets defensive, that doesn't make them bad business owners. It makes them normal, right? Because most people didn't start a business after getting a degree in finance, right? They became great electricians, great plumbers, great HVAC techs, great builders. And then one day, they woke up as business owners. Nobody taught them this part. And that's exactly why blind spots happen. So let's talk about the 4 biggest financial blind spots that I can see, okay? Blind spot number 1, confusing revenue with success. We've talked about this before. If you've joined me for any of my episodes, you know my take on this. Revenue, it feels exciting. It gives us something to celebrate. But revenue doesn't tell you whether or not you're actually making money. And I've seen $1-million businesses struggling to pay bills and smaller businesses creating incredible freedom. Now, revenue tells part of the story, but profit tells the truth. Blind spot number 2, managing from your bank account. If your biggest financial report is logging into your banking app, you're flying blind. Your bank balance only tells you what happened. It doesn't tell you what's coming. Blind spot number 3, thinking every customer is a good customer. We've talked about this in another episode. Not every customer deserves a yes. Some customers make you money. Some customers simply keep you busy. Knowing the difference really does change everything. Blind spot number 4, believing that more work is going to solve everything for you. Now this one, it's going to hit home for a lot of my contractor friends. Cash gets tight, so what's your immediate response? More jobs, more estimates, more hours, more work, more employees. But sometimes the answer isn't more work. Sometimes it's just fixing what's already broken. Because adding water to a leaking bucket doesn't solve the damn leak. It just delays the problem. So now I want to talk about the power of having that outside perspective, okay? So have you ever wondered why professional athletes have coaches? The best golfers in the world have coaches. The best quarterbacks have coaches. Olympic athletes have coaches. And it's not because they aren't talented, because they can't see themselves while they're performing. Now, business is no different. One of the greatest gifts someone can give you is perspective. Someone is willing to ask the questions that you're no longer asking or didn't even think to ask in the first place. Someone willing to challenge assumptions. Someone willing to point out what you've become blind to. And I can't tell you how many times I've sat down with a business owner and within 30 minutes, we've identified opportunities that they had walked past for years. Again, it's not because they weren't smart. It's because they were too close to see them. That's human nature. I like to say all the time, you can't see the forest through the trees. So here's the question I want to leave you with. What if your biggest opportunity isn't learning something new? What if it's actually discovering something that you've been missing all along? What if one conversation, one perspective, one different way of looking at your numbers could completely change the trajectory of your business? Because here's what I know. Every business has blind spots. The only question is, are you willing to find them before they become expensive? So if today's episode challenged you, don't ignore that feeling. Curiosity is often where growth begins. Take an hour this week, pull out your financials, and ask yourself the questions we've talked about today. Better yet, ask someone else to look at them with you. Because the goal isn't to prove you're doing everything right. The goal is to slowly uncover that one thing that could change everything. If you'd like another set of eyes on your business, I'd love to help. Head over to denaliedgeconsulting.com and schedule your free profit acceleration session. We'll identify where you're making money, where you're losing money, and the blind spots that may be keeping you from the business and the life that you've been working so hard to build. So until next time, keep more, stress less, and my friend, remember, profit is not an accident. If this hit, there is a reason. Most businesses aren't broken. They just don't have clear visibility into where the money's actually going. So if you want help finding it, grab my free Profit Edge playbook or book a quick session with me. You'll find everything in the show notes. And if you haven't already, follow the show so you don't miss what's next.